Hey guys, in today's video, I'm going to show you all the proof that I've been able to find online for helicopters. If you don't know, helicopters are like heavily rumored to be coming to Fortnite in Season 2, and there's actually a lot of information to back up these rumors. So I'm going to go through that in this video and tell you whether or not I think helicopters are coming to Fortnite. If you do enjoy this video, please do remember to give it a like, subscribe if you would like to see more, and comment what you think of the helicopters, what you want them to be. If you don't want them, whatever, just let me know in the comments below. So the first bit of proof we have for helicopters is actually from the Season 2 launch trailer. And as you can see in this clip here, I'll play it several times over. There's a helicopter outside the agency. Not a big deal, it's in the trailer, but when you add this to the fact that there's so much more evidence or that would suggest helicopters are coming, it definitely makes me think that helicopters are coming. There's also this promotional image for Fortnite, which shows a helicopter in the grotto. Once again, not the biggest deal, but when you factor in all the other evidence that we have, it definitely seems like it could be something that's coming. And then finally, there are helipads all over the new agency locations, like the Shark, the Grotto, the agency, oil rig, and the yacht. All these locations have a helipad on them. And with the most recent updated, helipads were added in some locations that I'll show on screen now. There was a helipad underneath Pleasant. There's one at this shadow location north of Orchard. And then finally, there's one in the snowy area in the bottom right corner of the map. There may be more that I just haven't found yet or whatever. But these launch pads, as far as I know, the one at the shadow location north of Orchard and the one in the snow, were not there prior to this week's update. So they're adding in more helipads as the updates go on. Definitely would suggest that helicopters are going to be coming. Because if they weren't coming, why even have them? There are also some areas on the map that have been cleared out, like the old Ego outposts have been dismantled, and maybe there will be a helipad there because those areas are mostly cleared out. Don't really know what's going on there, but there's definitely helipads coming, or there's helipads on the map, and I have this image here. Whenever there's a battle star, there's a helipad at that location. So as you see, there's actually a fair amount of helipads on the Fortnite map currently, and there may be more coming in the future. Finally, with the most recent update, leakers found that some of the stats with the helicopter in the files were changed that actually give us a better look into how the helicopter will perform in game. The spawn rate is currently set at 0% because they aren't in the game actually at the moment. Damage to players is set at 50. Build damage is set at 150. Explosive damage to players is set at 70. Explosive damage to builds is set at 450. Damage from when it hits a player is set at 20. Damage when touched is set at 100. And the HP of the helicopter is currently set at 1500 and it can boost. So there's a lot of stats there and it kind of depends how you want to interpret it. But what I think it means is it kind of depends whether or not you think it will have guns. But I think that when it hits a player, like when the helicopter runs into somebody, the player will take 50 damage and that's where that damage to players comes in. Same thing with builds. It'll do 150 damage to builds when it runs into it. The damage when touched, I think, is to the helicopter itself. So when the heli hits a person, it will do 20 damage, and the helicopter itself will take 100 from a wall or whatever else it bumps into. And I think when the helicopter is destroyed, it will explode, dealing 70 damage to players nearby it and 450 damage to nearby structures. So I think that's where the explosive damage comes in. It might have rockets, it might not have rockets, whatever, but I think that explosive damage is meant to be like a penalty for players existing in the helicopter when it's destroyed. It's also possible that we might only see helicopters in an LTM like Air Royale, but I think that's unlikely. I don't think they would do that just to have it in an LTM and not try it in the normal game. I personally don't want them in the normal game and would prefer to just have normal Fortnite. But with how like most of the community reacted to last season being quote unquote boring and stale, I could definitely understand why Epic is wanting to add some more like insane mobility options like a helicopter, like a plane, whatever. It makes sense that they would add this because of how many people complained about last season being stale. And then those same people will likely complain about this season being crazy. And it's just an inevitable like circle of people complaining about the opposite of whatever is currently going on. Or I guess whatever is currently going on and then wanting the opposite. And when that happens, they just do the same. So let me know what you think of helicopters down in the description below or comments. I mean, like I said, we have helipads in-game that suggest that's where helicopters will spawn. We have the launch trailer, we have the promotional image, and then recently leakers found a bunch of stats. I don't think the helicopter is going to have weapons. I'm hoping that Epic learned their mistakes from planes and mechs. We'll have to see. But I think it's mainly just going to be for transportation, and if people get ran over by it, it'll do damage in that case. And it definitely, 1500 HP is a lot. It's going to be very tanky, but each build it crashes into, if I interpret the stats correctly, doing 100 damage is actually a pretty significant amount. Like, it can only run into 15 builds prior to breaking, assuming it hasn't taken damage from anything else. Like, that's pretty significant. So I think the helicopter could be interesting. I think it'll definitely be annoying to me personally, and it also depends how difficult it is to fly, how like easy it is to maneuver the helicopter and like get it precisely where you want it to go. If it's somewhat difficult to fly and people can't just like precisely ram you in your builds constantly, then maybe it'll be less annoying. But let me know what you think of the helicopter in the comments below. Remember to give this video a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I'll see you guys in another video. Thanks for watching. Yeah, kinda. And I still have rockets to get this cutoff height. Just want to wait until circle closes, and then he'll drop onto them, hopefully.
Is this deep water?
I don't think so.
Got him.
Nice. We might be able to take height here.
Yeah.
RPG that kid down. I connected to you, I think.
And they're both dropped.
One of them has a heavy snipe. Down one.
Nice. He in the water?
Thirsted, yeah, I thirsted him and backed up. I think he's in this build somewhere.
You just want to spray him?
Yeah, I'm done. Nice. Bro, that could not have worked out better. We dropped in on opposite sides.
Yeah. I killed that guy earlier.